Hey kids! I did a bunch of stuff recently. A chunk of it is behind the scenes stuff. For example, I rewrote my entire input handling system, so the code is now simpler, faster, and more fun. I also added documentation for all of my variables, because honestly it was getting confusing. I got rid of some unnecessary variables and overall did some cleanup. I still have much more to do, but it's a step in the right direction. Shows I'm improving. I've also added a zoom feature. Pretty cool, huh? There's not much to say about it except that it's kind of jury-rigged because the zoom value just multiplies itself by 1.1 or 0.9 where I zoom in and out respectively, leading to inconsistent values. After that, I made it so that if the player holds jump out of a wall jump, they accelerate away from the wall as well as upward, making it so that you can't climb a one-sided wall anymore. But here's the kicker. Coyote time. The player can now jump a few frames after they walk off a platform. Also works on wall jumps. The exact timing of the jump window is of course not final, and will most likely be a lot shorter. This is just for demonstration, so you can see what I'm talking about. The last thing I've got to show you so far is this UI element. Residing in the top left corner of the screen, it indicates the player's current form out of 3. The player can switch between them freely using 2 buttons. The design isn't final of course, but I wanted to do any art to prepare for what looms ahead of me. I'm actually pretty proud of the way I made this work. Because the player can switch out of one form into either of the remaining 2, I didn't want to have to make 2 separate animations, one being X into Y and the other being X into Z, because that makes expanding upon this system very tiresome very quickly. For example, if someone wanted to add 3 more forms, then they'd need to make 5 separate animations for each form, growing the number of total animations to a whopping 30, for just 6 forms. Instead, I decided to split up each animation into 2 parts, out and in. When the player switches their form, the variable of their form is changed immediately. At the same time, the out animation plays. Only when it finishes, the animation player reads the form variable and decides which in animation to play. This way, if someone wants to add 3 new forms, they just need to make 2 animations for each of them, growing the animation number to 12, which is less than half of 30. This system is also resistant to goons spamming the form switching keys. For the next video, I'm gonna try to achieve a bunch of stuff. I'll actually make the player forms have functionality, both passive qualities and an active ability each. I'll also try to make some player animations, so you might get a first look at what the player character could look like. Pretty exciting, isn't it? Anyway, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. I love you. Bye bye.